Everyone always said that everything started as pure white. It was the case for the light that divided day and night. It was also the case for the cloth where colors would bloom. But why was there only darkness in front of my eyes now? What's wrong with me?
小格里修，你再不起床，好吃的可都要被我吃完了。小格里修也想和我一起看
Does
动
little
画。
Grisil want to read comics with me too?
那可太好了，我最喜欢边
That
看
would
边
be
聊了。
awesome. I love chatting while reading comics.
谢谢骑士先生。
Thanks, Mr. Knight.
你要是还想看，
If you want to read
下次
more next time,
我是说
I mean,
我们还
we've
有
got
很多时
plenty
间。
of time.
这是
What is this?
格里修，你到底怎么了？格里修，
Grisil,
用得真好。
you use chopsticks really well.
难不成小格
Could
里
it
修
be
偷
you've
偷练
been
习了一晚
secretly
上，
practicing
就
the
是为
whole
了在今
night
天露一手？
just to show off today?
少了你，今天的猫鼠游戏可就办不成了。
You. Are you a detective of some sort? You came too soon. I just read a dozen pages.
抱歉，
Sorry,
可能是我
this
的
might
直
be
觉
my
吧
gut instinct.
直觉。
Gut instinct.
格里修，格里修，
Grisil,
骑士先
Mr.
生，
Knight, are you
你在
there?
那里吗？
格里修，
Grisil,
今天开心吗？
are you happy today? I'm really happy.
就像走在棉花
It's like
糖上，
walking on
每一
cotton
步都很
candy,
甜。
where every step is sweet. I hope
希望
tomorrow
明天也能像今
will be
天
as
一样
happy
开
as
心。
today. The moment she merged into the ball of light, she felt much lighter, like there was some intangible power gently holding her body and lifting her forward. Again and again, black mist would seep into the light during this process and steal her most precious treasure, memories, before hiding somewhere she couldn't go. But this time, the black mist never came. The fluffy light kept carrying her forward, swimming into the pitch-black night. There she saw the memories stolen by the black mist. They had formed multicolored memory clouds, raining emotion bubbles with various smells. Some of the bubbles made people happy, some annoyed, some upset. But most of them somehow made one lonely. At the end of her journey, she came across a little crab that was able to speak. Why leave? The little crab held up its pincers that were made of candy and waved them at her. Weren't you happy there? After some serious contemplation, she answered, "Before I leave, I can't know whether I would be happy outside. But if I only stop because of potential sadness along the way, I will definitely miss out on all the happiness in the world." Bon voyage then. The little crab nodded before retreating into the night. Meanwhile, she continued to swim towards the daylight. Grisil,
格里修，
finally,
你
you're
终于
awake.
醒了。
Mr. Knight.
骑士先生。
Good morning.
早上好。
You. Now it should be good afternoon.
现在应该说下午好才对。
Have I slept that long?
我睡了这么久吗？
Yeah,
是啊。
you've slept for a really long
你真的睡
time.
了很久。
So long that I was getting
久到
scared. Sorry,
我都
I
有点
won't
害
do it
怕了。
again.
抱
I
歉，
only slept in this
下
time
次我不会
because
这
I
样了。
hadn't been sound
这
asleep
次
for an
是因为
eternity.
很久都没有睡得这么香，
Really? I
所以
thought
才
it
久
was
违
just
的
a
赖
white
了
lie
床。
Sue made
居然
up to
真是这
counsel
样。
me.
我还以为这是
Uncle
苏为
Sue
了安慰
wouldn't do
我
that.
才编出来的善意谎言呢。
You're always wound up so
叔叔不会这样啦。
tightly, Mr.
倒
Knight.
是骑士先生，一直以来
Perhaps.
都把自
In
己
any
绷得
case,
太紧
let's
了。
focus on you
或许是
first.
吧。
How are you
对了，
feeling?
先别说
I'm
我，
feeling great. I
你感觉
even
如何？
think I can finish the last painting tonight.
我现在感觉很好，说不定最后一张原画今晚就能画完呢。
Kids shouldn't stay up late.
小孩子不能熬夜。
I know, Mr. Knight.
我明白，
But
骑士先
Gricio,
生。但
she
格雷
hadn't been a
修，
kid for a long time.
他早就不是小
Right at
孩
that
子了。
moment, the knight suddenly found that something had long changed quietly in a place that had escaped his attention. But he didn't have time to ponder. For Gricio had grasped his cold iron hands with an expression he had never seen before.
骑
Mr.
士先
Knight,
生，
I have
那些你
recalled
没
some
办
of
法
those
对我挑明
truths
的
that you
真
couldn't
相，
tell me explicitly.
我已经想起了一些。虽
Though
然
it
肯定没有
couldn't
你
be
记得的今
compared
天
to
多，
the todays you
但这
remember,
一次，
I do want to strive
我
for
想
it
和你一
together
起
with
努
you
力。
this time. For a moment, the knight fell silent. He could feel some kind of gentle current that was long left behind getting mixed in the paint that formed him. A painting doesn't have something as precious as a heart, it told itself. Then why did the colors that had reflected in its eyes become silent and even somewhat bitter just now?
骑
Miss
士先生，
Knight, be happier in times
这
like
种
this,
时候
okay?
要开心一点，好吗？而且
Besides,
我
we
们
have
已经成
won
功一半
half the
了。
battle. What? In
骑
the
士先
past,
生，
whenever the thought of leaving
在
occurred
过
to
去，
me, the
每
stage
当
just
我产生
refused to
想要
let
离
me
开
say
的想
goodbye
法
to
时，
everyone. It would put an end to
这
everything
一
by
切
force and bring
都
me
不
back
允
to
许
the
我和
start.
大家告别。他会强行中断一切，再把我拉回原点。但
But
现在
now, I don't know
不知道为
why
什么
it didn't
他
do
并没有这么
that.
做，所以
So it's
这
actually
反
a
而是
rare
一次难得的好
opportunity,
机会，
yes?
对吧？
That's right.
对，
那么
Then let me do it.
就由我去做到这一点吧。
你不需要
Don't you need me to keep you
我
company?
陪你一起吗？
As usual, it hinted at something and anticipated an answer somewhere deep down.
不
No
用了，
need. I need to rely on
偶尔
myself
也要
alone
勇敢一回呢。
sometimes. This is fine, it told itself. It was true, as Grisil said, that she wasn't a child anymore. Yet, as her figure receded, an image rapidly unfurled before the knight's eyes. It was a picture scroll that dated back thousands of years. Despite its dullness, it still contained the strokes and emotions all too familiar to the knight. Perhaps the scroll had always been there, and it was merely because of the choice of she and it both made. That it returned to reality.
花姐姐，
格蕾修，
How did you sleep?
怎么样？这一觉睡得还好吗？
It's probably the best one in my whole
应该是我睡
life.
得最好的一觉
You
了。
almost gave
你这
Mr.
一睡
Knight a heart
算是
attack.
把骑士先生给
Even
吓坏
Nova
了。
took
连
advantage
丹
of
柱也
this
身死
chance
机
to
毁，
reprimand
都回
me
来
for
说衣
coming
衫破
back
了
in
解说
wrapped
的我，
clothes.
好好说教了一
In
番。
terms of
无
looking
论如
after
何，
ourselves,
在
we
照顾
both
自
need
己
to
的
pay
方
more
面，
attention
我
so
们
that
彼此
those
都
who
需要
care
更加
about
注
us
意，
won't always
不能总
worry
是让那些
sick.
关心我们的人担
You're
心。
right.
我明白
On
了。
that note,
说到
Hua,
这个，
can I ask you a
花姐
question?
姐，我可不可以考你一个问题？
Certainly.
当然可以。
Well, the thing is,
那我
when
问了，
sleeping in the
在睡
dormancy
眠舱睡觉
capsule,
的时
I would
候，
always put on the
我
jade
总是
pendant
会
you
把
gave
花姐姐
me.
以前
Do
送
you
我的
know
玉佩
why?
戴上。你猜，这是为什么？
Because you think it can bless you with a safe
你认为它
journey?
能保佑你这一趟旅途平平安
Only
安？
partly
我
correct.
明白。
Well then, does
No.
this jade pendant
是
give
这
you
块
a
玉佩
sense
给
of
了你安全
security?
感吗？就像
Like
过去，
before, you like
你
to
总喜欢
sort
把大
out
家
and
送你
pile the
的礼
gifts
物
you
放
get
在
on
美
the
丽的
bed
柜子床
and
上，
make a space
打
of
造
your
自己的
own.
专属空间那样。
Yeah,
嗯，
but you ignored the most
还有
important
最重要
part.
的一点，花姐姐没能猜出来。
I chose to put
我
it
选择
on
戴上
because it
它，
gives me a warm,
是
fuzzy
因为它和
feeling,
花姐姐
just
一
like you
样，
do.
总是暖暖的。
Even fast
哪怕进入
asleep,
休眠，
this warmth will keep
这份温
reminding
度也
me
会不
that
断
I'm
提醒
still in
我，
a
让我
dream.
知道我仍在
But
梦里。
now, even
但
if
现
I had
在，
already
哪怕我已经
realized
意
that
识到
this
这
was
是
a
我
dream
创
I
造的梦境，
created, I still couldn't
却
feel the
仍旧没有
warmth
感
that
受
the
到玉佩
jade
的温
pendant
度。
gave
这
me.
就说
That
明
means something horrible must have
外面
happened
很
outside.
可能已经发生了什么糟糕的事情。
So, everything here is just part
所
of
以
your
这里的一
dream,
切
including me.
都是你的梦，而我也是你梦中的花，
So
果然
it's true.
是这样吗？
I'm sorry,
对不起，
Hua.
花姐姐，
Why do you
为什么要说对不起？
apologize? Do you think that
你是
you
觉得
shouldn't tell me the truth?
不应该告诉我真相？
No, instead, I think I should have told you far, far earlier.
更早一点告诉
That
我，
way, you would be free of being trapped here in the stay with me.
不断重复这一
You're
句。
wrong, Grisil.
你错了，格蕾修。无论你问我多少次，
Regardless of how
恐
many
怕我的
times
回
you
答
ask
都不会改
me,
变。
my answer would not change.
和你们在一起的
The
时
time
刻，
spent with you all
就是我最
is
开
when I
心、
feel the happiest
最放
and
松的
most
时刻。
relaxed.
我也是。
So is mine,
花姐姐。
Hua. Next, I should
接
look
下
for
来
Nuva.
就该找丹珠姐姐了。不过，
But even if I
就算我
don't,
不去找
she'll
她，
come to me in a
她也
hurry,
会急
won't
着来
she?
找我的吧。丹珠姐姐，
Nuva,
苍
who's
玄姐
she?
姐，小格蕾
Oh,
修，
Grisil. Before Grisil had a chance to explain the reason for her being here, she was already in Nuva's arms.
小格蕾修，
Grisil,
这次是我
sorry
考
for
虑不
asking
周，
you to complete so
对不起，
many
拜托你
paintings
画了
at
这么多张
once.
画。
That was a lapse of judgment on my part this time.
虽然我真的非常非
Despite
常
my
期待这
intense
些画，
anticipation on
我
getting
也
my
不希
hands
望
on the
看到今天的
painting,
事再次
I
出
don't ever
现。
want to see history repeat itself.
丹珠她
Grisil, Nuva's been
因为
blaming
这件事
herself
自
the
责了一个
entire
上午，
morning.
但好在
But fortunately,
你真的只
it
是因为
seems you
太累
ended
了，
up sleeping
才睡了
in
这么
just
长的
because
时
you were
间。不
exhausted.
然今天熬夜的人
Otherwise,
可能
another
又要
poor
换
soul
一
would
个
pull
了。
an all-nighter
抱歉，
tonight.
让
I'm
大家
sorry
担
for
心
worrying
了。
you
别
guys.
这么说，
Don't say
我
that.
没事，
What
比什么都
matters is
好。
that you're fine now.
我
But
看
judging
小
by
格蕾
your
修的
look,
样子，
you have something
似
else
乎
to
还有别
say.
的话想说。
我猜
Let
和
me
你
guess.
之后的打
It
算
has
有
something
关。
to do with your plan for later?
姐姐们猜对了，
Yeah, you're right.
我要和骑士
I'm
先
going
生
to
一起
leave
离开
here
这
with
里。
Mr. Knight, since all of this is just my
这
dream.
里只是我的一场梦。苍玄，
Fushi, what do you
格蕾
think?
修不会说谎。
Grisil won't lie. Strangely, I feel proud
当
when
他
she
说出这
said
件
that
事
out
时，
loud.
我感到很欣慰。
苍玄姐姐，
Fushi,
不过，
But now that you have
既然你意识到了这里
realized
是梦境，
this is your
我
dreamland,
们这些
those
依托想
created
象
by
而
your
生的人，
imagination like
应
us
该过不了多
should
久
soon merge
就
into
会
your
重
memory
新守住你
again.
的记忆。而在那之
And
前，
before that, all of a sudden,
或
Fushi
许
turned
梦
and
境
looked
之
at
外的我
Nuva.
已经得到了
Maybe
答
the
案，
me outside this dream has gotten her
但此刻的
answer,
我
but the me right
对
here
他依
still
然
has
一
no
无
idea
所
about
知。
it. So I want to ask you,
弹珠，
Nuva, what
创
on
作
earth
神话
does
对你而
creating a
言
myth mean to you?
到底意味着什么？
我还以为是什么大事
So
呢。
that's what you want to
原来你一直
ask
想
all
问的就是
along.
这个呀。
I thought you were going to ask me something important.
就是因为它并不重
Well,
要
I，keep
所
stalling
以我才会一
until
直拖到现
now
在嘛。
just because it's kind of
既
trivial.
然姐姐你突然这么认真，
Fine,
那我也
seeing
不能
you're
敷衍
so
了事。
serious, I can't brush it aside either. Thus, with her gaze fixated on the lotus floating in the pool, Nuva pondered in silence for several minutes. Until the lotus leaves swayed softly from the caress of the breeze.
姐姐，我们毕竟是
Fushi
普通
were
人，
more
在
mortals
新的文
after
明
all.
刚刚诞生的
At
现
the
在，
birth of a new
活到100岁都很
civilization,
奇迹
it's
了。
already a miracle to live for 100 years.
这100年
A
对于
hundred
文明来
years
说
may
当
mean
然算不上
nothing
什
to a
么，
civilization,
但
but
对
for
于我们
us,
自
it's
己
long enough.
却又足够漫长。你
As
也
you
知道，
know, I'm
我不
not
像华
always
那
so
样有责任心。
responsible like Hua. Be the
无论
future or
过
the
去
past,
或未
I
来，
don't plan to let
我都
them
不打算让
influence
他们
my
影响我的
life.
生活。
If
要
I
是有
had a
选
choice,
择，
I would
我
never
敢
ever
说我
accept
会
a
接受一
job
份
solely
贯
driven
彻
by
始
sheer
终，
willpower and
没有物
faith
质回报，
without
还有全凭意志和
remuneration.
信念去推动的工作。顺带
By
一
the
问，
way, would you
你会吗
accept that? If there's a
如
choice,
果
no
世
one
上有得
would.
选，谁会啊？
Therefore,
所以
when I finally
当我
came to
终于意识到
realize
这件
that,
事的时
an
候，
idea
就
brewed
产
in
生了
my
一个想
head.
法。
If it's so
既
difficult
然
to
坚
carry
持如
on,
此困
why
难，
don't I create a
那
world
当
where
然要
everyone
创造
can
一
carry
个
on
能够让
happily?
大家快快乐乐坚持下去的环境呀。
I
我
want to
要
change the
允许
mind
所
of
有
everyone
未
in
来
the
人继承，
future so that they will
让他
pass
们将
on
我
what
们
we
曾
once
经的一
had.
切传承下去。
I want not
不仅
only
要
for the
让先行
effort
者
of
们
the
的努力被
pioneers to
所
be
有人称
acclaimed
颂，
by everyone,
还要
but
让
also
那些
for
人在
those
遥
in
远
the
的未
distant
来
future to
能够自己
create
创
what
造
I
出我最
love
喜欢的东
most.
西。
Figures,
手办、
manga,
漫画、
novel,
小
as
说
well
还
as
是游
games,
戏，
I need
都
them
要
all
让他
to
们在文
forever
明中永
exist
远
in the
存在，
civilization
成为
and be
所
the
有人的不朽
underlying
丰碑。
monument for everyone,
这
which
就
is
是我
how
创作
my
一切的
creation
起点，也
initiated,
是
and
先行
what a
者对我而言
pioneer
的意义。
means to me.
还真是
How
自我。
self-centered.
不过，
But that doesn't
那
sound
也
so
不坏。
bad.
那当
Well,
然，
of course,
哪怕时
even
间
3, 4,
过
or
去了
5,000
3000
years
年、
later,
4000年、
my
5000年，
legends will still be
我的神
etched
话一
into
样
this
会烙印在这
very
片大地之
land.
上。
And
而
one
终有一
day,
天，
they will
终有
know
一
that
天，
it's not
他们会知道
impossible to fill up the ocean
填海
and
不
catch
非
up
幻
to the
想，
sun.
逐日不无可能。
As for
只为
if
他
they
们
can
究
do
竟
it
会过得更
better,
好。
格雷修，
Priscilla, I'm counting on
就拜
you
托
to
那
tell
时的你
us
再
with
画
the
一幅
painting
画，
then.
来告诉我们吧。
Sure.
然
And
后
then
是凯文
it's
叔
Uncle
叔
Kevin
和
and
苏
Uncle
叔叔。
Sue. Gricio, it's been a
好
while.
久不见。
A while indeed, Uncle
好
Kevin,
久不
Uncle
见，
Sue.
凯文叔叔、苏叔叔。
I
真
never
想不
thought
到
we would
我们
part
才刚刚
ways
见面
again so soon
就又
when
要
we
彼
had
此
just
分别了。
reunited.
苏叔叔，
Uncle Sue, is
这也
this
是你的
also one
能
of
力
your
吗？
abilities? Not at all.
与
Your
能力
eyes
无
speak for
关，
themselves.
你的眼神已告诉了我一切。
No
它没有
suspicion
半
or
分迷
confusion in your
惘，
gaze.
饱含对
It's
未来的
brimming
憧
with
憬。
your anticipation for the
一如你
future,
去年决
just
定
like
离
when you
开我不
decided
在
to
这
leave
里，
our temporary
独自旅
settlement and
行时
travel
一样。
alone last year. I was really grateful to you for
我
taking
真
care
的
of
很
me
感
at
谢
that
苏
time,
叔叔和
and I
凯
still
文叔叔的
am.
照顾。当然，现在也是。
Taking
说不说
care?
照顾，
Far from it.
恐怕还谈不上。
After
必须
all,
成为一个
apart
受
from a
限
rather
情
simple
况下
room, some short
一段并不
company,
长久的
as
陪伴，
well as the ending of one
提
old
起一
friend
个又
after
一个旧人的
another,
结局，我
we
们什么
left
都没
nothing
能
for
为你留
you,
下。
Gricio.
格雷修，
Uncle
凯文
Kevin,
叔叔，
truth be
事实上，
told, it was
在那
you
个
who
阳光
outrun
灿
the
烂的午
ghosts from
后，
the past
是你自
on
己
that
走出了
sunny
过去在你
afternoon.
灵魂中投下的阴影。
Though there's still a long and winding road to integrating with this new yet strange world and knowing where your future lies, you'll neither stop moving because of sadness nor linger in a dream for a brief taste of bliss. If you ask me, that's more of an ability. But even if it's just a dream, once there's a will, the thread intertwining the reality and the dreamland will not break easily. Yeah, it has been there all along. The only ones left are us, Mr. Knight. That's enough, fair lady and brave lamb. Leave the rest to Mr. Knight and me. Mr. Knight, I'm back. Welcome back, Grisil. Did your farewell go smoothly? Yes, everyone is gone now. That's unprecedented. But maybe this is just the beginning. Mr. Knight, do you still remember how we came to this day? Certainly. After the ark returned, we lived with Kevin and Sue for a month at first. Right after that, we began our year-long journey. At Shenzhou, we came across Nuwa and Fushi and accepted their offer to live on Mount Taishan for a while. During our stay there, something must have happened that caused us to be trapped in today. But that's not the truth of it. After bidding everyone goodbye, I recalled more details about today and finally came to realize what had led us to it. Is that so? The Grisil in reality already had a detailed plan for her future before she left Mount Taishan. Not long after that, she really put her idea into practice. And she decided to proceed with Project Ark. Yes, after that, Grisil embarked on a fully repaired ark again and started her journey following a brand new route. However, one day long after that, a great power captured the ark and trapped her in hibernation. The jade pendant she cherished so much was also lost during the process, nowhere to be found. Though she had me, she was still all alone on that ship right from the start. When she gradually lost consciousness, I, the palest one, had a spiritual body for the first time. But I was not happy at all. Since I represented her loneliness and helplessness, the more complete I was, the less I could represent Grisil. To protect her, I took advantage of all the colors I got from her to shield her from the assault of darkness and create her favorite day with the other colors she unconsciously got on me.